Part 5 of your zipper pouch. It says using shears, marking pencil, and a ruler, trim the seam allowances on the side down to 1/4. So you're going to take your seam gauge, you're going to find the 1/4 line, you're going to line it up with your stitch line. Okay, the little wings are going to line up with your stitches. You're going to take a piece of chalk. Okay, the marking pencils aren't showing up very well on the fabric. You're going to make a dotted line, which I'm probably going to use the marking pencil. Okay, you're going to make a dotted line, or you can connect your line, it's up to you. Okay, marking pencils don't show up very well, so please ask me for a piece of chalk. I have thinner pieces of chalk, but because I've already started this video, I don't want to have to start over. You're going to mark all the way down. Okay, and you can kind of see the markings that I'm making right now. You're going to do this for both sides. I'm going to only show you the one side, so that way the video doesn't get too lengthy. You're going to do it right over your zipper. Okay, you can actually cut your zipper, this part of your zipper, because it's not actually holding anything together. Oh. Okay, once you get it marked all the way down, you're going to use your shears. That's the reason why it's important to stitch as straight as you can, so that this becomes even. Remember, your cutting may not be even, but your stitching should be pretty good at 5/8. Okay, now I'm going to take my shears, start at one end. I'm going to cut long, straight cuts. Okay. And when you get to the pull tab, hopefully you can cut through. It's going to become real thick, so you might have to, I'm going to switch this around and cut from this side. The first part's easy because it's only 2 sets of fabric. Okay, there you go. Alright, so then you have 1/4. You're going to repeat and do the same thing on the second side. Again, I'm not going to show you. I'm just going to do this and mark it all the way across, 1/4 all the way down. You want both sides to be even. Okay, your next step, on all 4 corners, you need to measure from 1.75 inches, which is 1 3/4, from the stitch line. Okay, so what I do is I lay my wings, okay, the edge of my fabric. Make your mark with your piece of chalk or your marking pencil from the side here. Again, from your stitching line, not the edge of the fabric. Okay, then again, from this side, it needs to go up. Okay, match your thing, so it needs to go up to 1.75. So I'm going to connect my line. Okay, you have one line that way. Then it needs to go back down 1.75. Make sure you match it up with the edge of your other line. Okay, now if I did this right, it should be a perfect square. I always remeasure to make sure that all the way down from the stitch line is 1.75 and that both sides of my square are 1.75 as well. Okay, I did it to one side, and I'm going to do it again to the other. Again, from your stitch line, actually, let's start from this side. Then I'm going to go up. You can always do it this way too, where the wings are at your top. You just got to make sure you stop at the top of the wing. And again, feel free to use the chalk instead of the marking pencil. If you do not measure from the stitch line, you have to make sure. Okay. Lines like this. Okay, so now I have 2 squares. You're going to repeat the same to do all 4. Okay, this part freaks most people out. Okay, you have your 4 squares done and traced. Now, you're going to cut all 4 squares out, including where you stitched. Okay, this will not come unraveled unless you pull it apart on purpose. So, using your shears, make sure that you use long cuts. Do not go past where you marked. Okay, and I do this in a couple steps so that I know that I don't go over, or in a couple cuts, because I don't want to cut too much off, because then your squares, then your pouch won't be boxy. Okay. All right, 1 box down. Repeat the steps for the next next 4 squares. Okay, when you're done cutting all 4 corners, your bag is going to look like this. You're going to have that cut out. Okay, so don't get freaked out. Okay, the next step on this is you're going to have to go to your machine and zigzag. So I'll do that as a separate video, but this is where you should leave off on prepping your fabric to stitch.